Hey people, how's it going? Welcome to the Funhouse, and we are back again with another movie reaction commentary. So, after a bit of experimentation on the channel, we are going back to basics. But stick around because I have a few ideas of how to keep things fresh with the reactions. It should be a lot of fun. Anyway, today we're going to be watching 12 Angry Men. Yes, believe it or not, I have not seen this movie. Well, you might be thinking, well, how can you be a film buff and you haven't seen 12 Angry Men? Well, you and I are in full agreement. How could I have not seen this film? And I am ashamed. I honestly don't know how this happened because I used to work at Blockbuster Video back in the day and the VHS was always on the shelf. But for some reason I just never got around to seeing it. But we're going to change all that today and I'm going to up my film buff street cred by finally watching it. If you do get any value from this video, hit the like button, subscribe and share. So let's just jump right into it and watch 12 Angry Men. Okay, so now we have a shot of the judicial building from a low angle. So from that image, I'm getting justice is paramount. Justice is paramount. So I would say the American justice system is going to be put through the ringer. It's going to be tested. Does American justice hold up to scrutiny? And I think because of the time, the answer will be yes. Because you can't undermine Americanism at the time. It wouldn't be accepted in a film back then.
A premeditated murder is the most serious charge tried in our criminal courts. It's now your duty to sit down and try and separate the facts from the fancy.
Okay.
If there's a reasonable doubt in your minds as to the guilt of the accused, then you must bring me a verdict of not guilty. However you decide, your verdict must be unanimous. You're faced with a grave responsibility. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, so the stakes are high. They are making a decision for someone's life. And it's really interesting. I had this idea, but I didn't say it. And if you're wondering, I'm one of the 12 Angry Men, or I could be the 13th Angry Man. This is very interesting, so watch this. This is like Reservoir Dogs. This is like Reservoir Dogs in that Reservoir Dogs is a film, it's a heist movie where you don't see the heist. And so it looks like 12 Angry Men is going to be a courtroom drama where you don't see the trial. So that's interesting. That was a very quick setup, by the way. We know the stakes and it's so high. Just a few words from the judge there. Very, very good setup. So now the question is, what are they going to be angry about? And was that the perpetrator? Was he Mexican or something? Is there going to be an undertone or undercurrent, or is it the main theme of racism? Okay, and look, it's hot. It's hot. So heat always symbolizes tension, right?
I called the weather bureau this morning. This is going to be the hottest day of the year.
Okay, the hottest day of the year.
Okay, gentlemen, everybody's here. Now, if there's anything you want, I'll be right outside the door.
Oh, he locked the door.
I never knew they locked the door.
Sure they locked the door. What'd you think?
I don't know. It just never occurred to me.
Oh, I thought we might want to vote by ballot.
Maybe we can get him elected senator.
Is that the guy from Shawshank Redemption? He played Brooks. Maybe I'm wrong, but just reminded me of it.
I've been on a jury before.
I sat on many juries.
I've done jury duty, by the way.
If you ask me, I'd slap those tough kids down before they start any trouble. Now, let's get started, huh?
Good idea. Yeah, let's get going, huh?
Yeah, there's always that person who just wants to go home. When I did jury duty, it was the same thing. And there's always someone who wants to overanalyze the situation, overanalyze the case. Oh, we can't leave until we... There was a woman like that.
I tell you, we were lucky to get a murder case. I figured us for an assault or burglary. Boy, they can be the dullest. That the Woolworth building?
That's right.
You know, I've lived here all my life. I've never been inside that.
So Henry Fonda seems really disconnected. He's just not interested.
Well, your horn works. Now try your lights. What do you got, a cold?
And how these hot weather.
That's them old school guys, you know, they used to blow their nose in the tissue, then they would spit on it and wipe their glasses.
Hey, what's new? I didn't get a chance to see a paper this morning. You got a seat on the exchange?
I'm a broker.
Wait a minute, has there been a cut? I haven't noticed a cut yet.
Okay, man, let's take our seats, huh?
Yeah, we can all get out of here pretty quick, huh?
Gentlemen at the window. We'd like to get started.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Pretty tough to figure, isn't it, kid?
I'm getting the feeling that he's going to be an agent of chaos. Every time they think they find a conclusion, he's going to throw something in that throws them off again and makes it more complicated. Because we've been going around learning a little bit about each one of them, but him, we don't know nothing. We still know nothing. And there's a guy in the bathroom, they said.
Oh, forgive me, gentlemen. I didn't mean to keep you waiting.
You fellas can handle this thing any way that you want to.
I think it's customary to take a preliminary vote.
Let's vote. Who knows? Maybe we can all get out of here, huh?
Uh-huh. Now, all those voting guilty, please raise your hands. 1,
Whoa.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay.
11 guilty, 1 not guilty.
Boy, oh boy, there's always one.
Boy, oh boy, there's always one.
Do you think he's innocent? I don't know. He stabbed his own father 4 inches into the chest.
Okay, so we're starting to get details now.
Well, what's there to talk about? 11 men in here think he's guilty. No one had to think about it twice except you.
Actually, we as the audience are the 13th man, because now we're getting the details.
Couldn't change my mind if you talked for 100 years.
I'm not trying to change your mind. It's just that we're talking about somebody's life here. We can't decide in
Yep.
5 minutes, supposing we're wrong.
Supposing we're wrong. You can suppose anything.
That's right.
So there's one fallacy. The standard is there, but the way people interact and the way people bring their baggage to a situation can change it. So that's one issue with the system already.
Suppose we go once around the table. I guess you're first.
I notice how Fonda's suit is white as well, or at least it's a very light color.
The burden of proof's on the prosecution. That's in the Constitution.
What I meant was, I mean, somebody saw him do it.
Okay, I just want to talk about facts.
Okay, so this is the veteran. That was before it was the newbie, now it's the veteran.
Second later, I heard a body hit the floor. Ran to the door, opened it up, saw the kid running down the stairs and out of the house. Called the police, they came in, found the old man with a knife in his chest. The coroner fixed the time of death around midnight. These are facts. You can't refute facts. The kid is guilty. I'm just as sentimental as the next fella. I know he's only 18, but he's still got to pay for what he did.
I'm with you.
The veteran has spoken.
I don't know. I started to be convinced, very early in the case.
So it's interesting. We only know them by their numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on.
A fight, an argument between the old man and his son around about 7 o'clock that night. I mean, I could be wrong, but
That's right. They heard an argument, and they heard the father hit the boy twice. I can't see 2 slaps in the face provoking him into committing murder.
It may have been too many. Everyone has a breaking point.
Ah, see, that's interesting.
How about you?
I don't know. It's all been said.
He seems like some kind of street hustler.
Well, look at his record.
So perhaps he was that kid too.
When he was 15, he was at reform school. He stole a car.
See, I think he's describing himself there.
Oh, this is a very fine boy.
When I was a kid, I used to call my father Sir. You ever hear a kid call his father that anymore?
Fathers don't seem to think it's important anymore.
You got any kids?
3?
When he was 9 years old, he ran away from a fight. I saw it. I was so embarrassed, I almost threw up. I said, I'm going to make a man out of you if I have to break into trying.
That's old school, man. That's old school.
When he was 16, we had a fight. Hit me in the jaw. He's a big kid. Haven't seen him for 2 years. Kids, work your heart out. Now, let's get going.
He was born in a slum. Slums are breeding grounds for criminals. I know it, and so do you.
The kids who crawl out of these places are real trash.
I've lived in a slum all my life.
Wait a minute.
Please, maybe you can still smell it on me.
Now listen, Sonny.
Oh, come on, fella. He didn't mean you. Let's not be so sensitive. Look, let's stop the arguing. We're only wasting time.
Wow, man, this film, this is masterfully done, man, because it's intriguing. Everyone's sitting down, which you don't do.
I think we ought to stick to that way.
Oh, stop being a kid, will ya? What do you...
This film is a masterclass in blocking.
Just because I'm trying to keep this thing organized?
And camera placement is brilliant.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut, that's all.
What are you getting so hot about? Calm down, will ya?
Nice move there.
Hey, you want to take the chair? Just take the chair, that's all.
You ever
See,
see
you can keep
such
it
a
running.
thing?
Listen, you think it's funny or
Hey,
something?
forget it, fella. The whole thing's on.
Oh,
Unimportant. Oh, here, you try.
No,
Go ahead,
nobody
it's
wants to change.
it's getting heated, man.
Sit down.
Yeah, you're doing great. Just
Oh.
great, fella.
But actually, those two witnesses were the entire case for the prosecution.
What are you trying to say? Those people sat on the stand under oath.
People make mistakes. Could they be wrong?
Wow.
You know so.
Oh, come on. Nobody can know a thing like that. This isn't an exact science.
That's right, it isn't.
They are putting it through the ringer. They're testing it, testing the judicial system.
The knife and the way it was bought is pretty strong evidence, don't you think?
I do.
Good.
The boy admitted going out of the house at 8 o'clock on the night of the murder after being slapped several times by his father.
No, he didn't say slapped. He said punched. There's a difference between a slap and a punch.
He went directly to a neighborhood junk shop where he bought one of those
Switch knives.
switchblade knives. It had a very unusual carved handle and blade. He met some friends of his in front of a tavern about 8:45. Am I right so far?
Interesting that they chose to be still here. Okay, we're moving now.
4. They identified the death weapon in court as that very same knife. Now, this is where the stories offered by the state and the boy begin to diverge slightly. He claims that he went to a movie at about 11:30, returning home at 3:10
To find his father dead and himself arrested.
Now, what happened to the switch knife? He claims that it fell through a hole in his pocket on the way to the movies. No one at the theater identified him. He couldn't even remember the names of the pictures he saw.
Now, are you trying to tell me that
This knife really fell through a hole in the boy's pocket?
No, I'm just saying it's possible the boy lost his knife and that somebody else stabbed his father with a similar knife.
Take a look at this knife.
Yeah, that's starting to sound really thin.
I've never seen one like it. Neither had the storekeeper who sold it to the boy.
I'm just saying a coincidence is possible.
And I say it's not possible.
Whoa.
I bought that in a little pawn shop just 2 blocks from the boy's house. It cost $6.
What?
That's right, I broke the law.
Now, supposing you tell me what it proves. You found another knife like it. What's that, the discovery of the age or something?
You mean you're asking us to believe that somebody else did this?
Oh, we're getting close-ups now.
Possible.
But not very probable.
Wow, we're getting some nice close-ups.
There are still 11 of us here who think he's guilty.
Right. I have a proposition to make to all of you. I'm going to call for another vote. Vote by secret written ballot. I'll abstain. But if anyone votes not guilty, we stay here and talk it out.
Right, introduction of music there as well. Yeah, this is a very deliberate film. Everything, I mean, it's the case with every film, but this is really craft. Filmmaking craft.
Guilty. Guilty.
Wow.
Guilty. Guilty.
See, today we would have cut already to someone's face, but we're staying, we're holding on it.
Guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Boy, how do you like that?
Oh, and another chap flips his wings.
All right.
Brother, you really are something.
I love the way his tie is just so off-center.
You bet I'm excited, but we're trying to put a guilty man in the chair where he belongs. What made you change your vote?
He didn't change his vote. I did.
Ah, wow, that's a big close-up.
This gentleman has been standing alone against us. Now, he doesn't say the boy is not guilty. He just isn't sure. Right now, the vote is 10-2. I'm talking here. You have no right to leave this
Can't
room.
hear you. He never will. Let's sit down.
That's a good line, man. You gotta know when to speak and when to just leave people be. Okay, change of scene for the first time. Well, second time.
An architect.
Oh, he's an architect.
You know what the soft sell is? Well, you got it. Believe me. I got a different technique. Laughs, drinks, jokes, tricks, you know?
Oh, nice.
I made 27 grand last year selling marmalade. That's not bad. I mean, you know, considering marmalade. Where do you get that? You know, you do-gooders are all alike. But what are you wasting our time for?
I remember those things. That's old school. Do they still have them? I'm sure they still have them. They're playing tic-tac-toe. Is that tic-tac-toe?
Let's take two pieces of testimony and try to put them together. The old man in the apartment downstairs.
I like what he's doing here, because he's digging deep to put this together. I like that communication in his face.
We've agreed that it takes 10 seconds for a train to pass a given point. Since the woman saw the killing through the last two cars, we can assume that the body hit the floor just as the train went by.
Is he really an architect, or could he be a sort of a cop or something?
Well, I think testimony that could put a boy into the electric chair should be that accurate.
Why should he lie? What's he got to gain?
Attention, maybe.
You keep coming in with these bright sayings. Why don't you send him into a...
See, he knows. He's an old man. He knows what life is like as an old man.
You ought to have more respect, mister. You say stuff like that to him again, I'm gonna lay you out.
Oh, that's old school. That's old school, man.
Now, you go ahead. You say anything you like. Why do you think the old man might lie?
Same if his jacket was split under the shoulder. I mean, to come to court like that.
Nice. That was a brilliant way to break up the dialogue.
I think I know this man better than anyone here. Nobody knows him. Nobody quotes him. Nobody seeks his advice after 75 years. Man like this needs to be quoted, to be listened to. Very important to him.
See, that's another instance where I feel like the character's describing themselves indirectly.
The phrase was, "I'm gonna kill you." The kid yelled it at the top of his lungs. Don't tell me you didn't mean it. Anybody says a thing like that the way he said it, they mean it.
Let me ask you this. Do you really think the boy shot out a thing like that so the whole neighborhood could hear it? I don't think so. He's much too bright for that.
Bright? He's a common, ignorant slob. He don't even speak good English.
He doesn't even speak good English.
I have made some notes here, and I would like, please, to say something.
Okay, we get this guy now.
Let us assume that the boy really did commit the murder. Why would he come back home 3 hours later?
Nice rounded knives sticking in people's chests.
Especially relatives.
Yeah.
Maybe the boy did kill his father. Didn't hear the scream, did run out in a panic. I think there's enough doubt that we can wonder whether he was there at all during the time the killing took place.
What do you...
Because that's it, isn't it? They have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt.
Okay, I guess the fastest way is to find out who's voting not guilty. All those voting not guilty, please raise your hands. Still the same. 1, 2, 3 not guilty, 9 guilty.
I vote not guilty.
Oh. What?
Oh, it would be crazy if Henry Fonda's character knows the kid and he's trying to help him. But I think that's too now. That's too modern. I think it's about putting the system up to scrutiny, and it withstands that scrutiny.
How does he know how long 15 seconds is? You can't judge a thing like that. He was an old man. Half the time he was confused. How could he be positive about anything?
Gotcha, bitch!
You told on yourself.
It's 12 feet from the bed to the door. The hall is 43 feet. Open the bedroom door. Walk 43 feet down and open the front door, all in 15 seconds.
What are you doing?
I'm going to try it, see how long it took.
Why didn't his lawyer bring it up of its own
Or
force?
maybe he just didn't think about it.
What do you mean, didn't think?
Wow, look at their shirts. Their shirts are starting to show dampness. Things are getting more heated.
Look, this is absolutely insane. What are you wasting everybody's time in here for?
Come on, knock it off.
Will you stand right there and mark the front door? When you want me to start, stamp your foot. That'll be the body falling. You can tie me from there.
He walked twice as fast as that.
They have to get rid of all the markers on the floor, right? For the blocking.
Lock, door, stop.
Right. 41 seconds.
Your man heard the fight between the boy and his father a few hours earlier. Then when he's lying in his bed, he heard a body hit the floor in the boy's apartment, heard the woman scream from across the street, got to his front door as fast as he could, heard somebody racing down the stairs, and assumed it was the boy.
Assume?
That's a nice composition. So now he's isolated. He's the sort of odd man out now.
You all know he's guilty. He's got to burn. You're letting him slip through our fingers.
Slip through our fingers? Are you his executioner?
I'm one of them.
Wow.
You want to see this boy die because you personally want it, not because of the facts. You're a sadist.
Whoa.
You don't really mean you'll kill me, do you?
Got him!
Nice. Wow, that was nice. That was nice. That was a nice callback.
What are you looking at?
So he's actually the reason why the system does work. So we're starting to see it now. It's starting to turn a bit. Did it just get darker as well?
Oh, look how dark it's getting out there. I bet we're gonna have a storm now.
Pardon me, but don't you ever sweat?
No, I don't.
Oh, interesting. He is the only one not sweating, and he hasn't taken his jacket off once. So perhaps as the film closes, he will take his jacket off and he will start to sweat.
Sorry.
I think we ought to have an open ballot.
Well, that sounds fair to me. Anyone object? I could vote guilty. 2.
Not guilty.
Number 3?
Guilty.
Not guilty.
It's split from 1 to split. And now a storm is coming.
Well, how'd you figure that out, killer?
So now we have a nice tonal shift, a nice atmospheric shift using weather. I wonder if the rain is now going to play a part in winning someone over. That'll be interesting.
I'd like to go over something if you gentlemen don't mind.
It was the only alibi the boy offered, and he himself couldn't back it up with any details at all.
The boy couldn't remember the names of the movies he saw because he wasn't there that night.
I didn't catch any details about this guy.
I'll take the testimony of the policeman who interrogated the boy right after the murder.
Where were you last night?
I was home.
How about the night before that?
Come on, what is this?
Tuesday nights?
The night of the bridge tournament. I played bridge.
Monday night?
When you get down to New Year's Eve, 1954, let me know, eh?
Monday night,
What was the second feature?
I'll tell you in a minute. The remarkable
Mrs. Something, the...
See, he's getting his close-ups now.
Barbara Long, I think it was. A dark, very pretty girl.
Who else?
I'd never heard of them before.
And you weren't under an emotional stress, were you?
No. I wasn't.
Ah, there he is. He's sweating. He's sweating.
There's something I'd like to say. I mean, it's been bothering me a little, and as long as we're stuck... Now, the boy was 5 feet 7 inches tall. His father was 6'2". It's a very awkward thing to stab down into the chest of someone who's more than half a foot taller than you are.
Give me that.
Okay.
Somebody get up.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
Nobody's hurt. Right?
That was a great moment. That was a great moment.
Look at the angle. Down and in.
Give me that. Did you ever see a knife fight? Anybody here ever see a knife fight? Oh, I have.
Yeah, you hold it underarm, don't you? You hold it like this, not like that.
He'd never use it like this. See, you lose too much time switching hands.
Yeah.
Here's how. Underhanded.
Ah.
Boy, crazy boy.
Anyone who's ever used a switch knife wouldn't handle it any other way.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Know the experience you got all the black handle these days. I feel he'd have gone for him underhanded. I don't know about the rest of them, but I'm getting a little tired of this yakety-yakking back and forth. It's getting us nowhere. I changed my vote to not guilty.
You what?
You heard me. I had enough.
What do you mean you've had enough? That's no answer. What kind of a man are you? Who tells you that you have the right to play like this with a man's life?
You can't talk like that to me.
I can talk like that to you.
Now, listen.
Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Why? Say it. Why?
I don't think he's guilty.
He's giving a good performance, by the way. This street hustler guy.
Another vote called for. I guess the quickest way is a show of hands. Anyone object? Raise your hands. 1, 2, 3,
Oh.
6, 7, 8.
Oh, man.
9.
Draper's not guilty now.
I don't understand you people. Look, you know how these people lie? It's born in them. Nobody's blaming them more. That's the way they are, by nature. Where are you going? Human life don't mean as much to them as it does to us. Oh, sure, there's some good things about them, too. Look, I'm the first one to say that. You know what I mean? Most of them, it's like they have no...
I knew it would be a theme in the film.
What's going on here? You're making a big mistake, you people. This kid is a liar. I know it. I know all about them. I mean, what's happening in here? I must be blind pigs and you...
Wow. Wow.
There's a danger here. These people are dangerous. Listen to me. Listen to me.
I have. Now sit down and don't open your mouth again.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Even that guy's not with him. I love that. I love that moment. Just the creative decision to pull back and just let it happen. And now we're pushing back in again. I really like this film on a lot of levels, but I love the technical level of this film.
9 of us now seem to feel that the defendant is innocent. We may be trying to let a guilty man go free, I don't know. But we have a reasonable doubt. No jury can declare a man guilty unless it's sure.
Maybe we can talk about setting some kind of time limit. Someone before mentioned 7 o'clock.
You made a gesture that reminded me of something.
Come on, will you?
At this point, I happen to be talking to the gentleman sitting next to you.
Old boy ain't having none of it.
Your eyeglasses made those 2 deep impressions in the sides of your nose. The woman who testified that she saw the killing had those same marks on the sides of her nose.
Oh.
She kept rubbing them in court.
He's right. Now, she did do that a lot.
So she needs glasses.
She had dyed hair, marks on her nose. Well, what does that mean?
Could those marks be made by anything other than eyeglasses?
No, they couldn't.
It would be crazy if they found him guilty at this point.
There are 12 people in here concentrating on this case. 11 of us didn't think of it either.
Okay, she had marks on her nose. I'm giving you that.
So this guy is like, he's the antagonist. He's gonna be the last one to break, I think.
Do you wear glasses when you go to bed?
No, I don't. No one wears eyeglasses to bed.
They've got him. They got him.
How do you know what she saw? How does he know all that?
I only know the woman's eyesight is in question now. Don't you think the woman might have made a mistake?
No.
It's not possible. Is it possible?
Not guilty.
It's possible.
Isn't it possible?
You think he's guilty?
Oh man, they've got him.
I'm convinced. Not guilty.
He's the only one now.
You're alone.
I don't care whether I'm alone or not. It's my right. Well, what do you want? I say he's guilty. I gave you my arguments.
We're not convinced.
Every single thing that took place in that courtroom.
This guy's great, by the way. Fantastic performance.
The old man saw him right there on the stairs. I'm telling you, everything that's gone on has been twisted. This business with the glasses, this woman testified in open court. I'm telling you, I've got all the facts here. Here.
Love how it showed the picture of him and his kid. He's guilty. He's guilty.
Say something.
Ah. Wow. So it's him that's guilty.
Lousy bunch of bleeding hearts.
He's guilty about what happened to his son. What happened between him and his son. That's the guilt.
You work your life out.
So yeah, he's guilty, and he's projecting that guilt onto this kid.
Not guilty.
That's great. That's fantastic. Fantastic moment there.
We're ready now.
Nice. Wow, the aftermath.
Hey! What's your name?
Davis.
My name's McCardle. Well, so long.
So long. So long. That's awesome, man. Perfect. Wow. Yeah, it's up there. Henry Fonda, Joseph Sweeney, Ed Begley. Ah, Ed Begley Jr.'s father.
By reconfiguring your tactile response sensors, easy as proverbial pie.
Okay, people, and that was 12 Angry Men. I have to say, I was very impressed with this film. It's truly a testament of technical proficiency in filmmaking, namely with the blocking and camera placement. The story was so compelling and it did a great job of holding the viewer's attention as the story unfolded. I also loved those surprise moments, like when the old man brought up the issue of the female witness needing glasses. There's a lot to dive into about this film, so there may even be a post-analysis video to accompany this reaction. Anyway, I hope you had fun watching along with me, and if you did get any value from this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Stay tuned for more videos because things are about to get very interesting on the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.